Yeah.
I had a piece in mind, and then I forgot it, but anyway. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful that we live through pages of time where nobody writes anything else but we recite the same things over and over and over, and there's no four-leaf clover on this, so there's no luck for you to write anything new. Isn't it beautiful? We're the same creatures that dwell the same word, but same words never been spoken the same, because sometimes we get lost in trends of times. We try to be our fathers, but at the same time we remorse what they are. I'm growing older today. The funny part is sometimes growing up and people who don't want you to grow up celebrating your birthday, it's ironic. Isn't it? See, we live in a time where people speak about rhymes and times where people speak about time. Time is money and money is time, but most of the time we broke because we live with digital money. Nobody ever has cash in their hands, so we cannot buy our souls back. So we're constantly buying with them with degrees and everything else. If we had a chance, we walk around with our diplomas everywhere so everybody can see I'm a graduate, motherfucker. And you less than me. We are driven souls with empty tanks. The only tank that's full is the one that we hold the steering wheel to. It's wonderful though. Where we find intimacy without speaking a few words every time. The same way I lick my lips properly on stage, she probably will be mine for the night. And I'm not trying to find a wife, I'm just trying to find a tab. But I gotta say I love you a few times for me to get under I didn't say that. We live with imaginary men and imaginary husbands, then we get married to a real man, the man that is real. By the time we discover him, we don't love what he is because he's not an imaginary man that we live with in our heads the whole time. We claim to be people of the light, but we always come out at dark times because the light is too bright for us. We cannot be seen as people. Some of us are afraid to be seen as men because if they see us as a man, they'll want dependencies upon us. That means that we gotta pay the fee for being men. State of liberation with the female claim to be feminist and all that. I don't get that term. I ain't gonna speak about it. But one thing I know is if a man loves a woman, he will worship her as much as he can. But the value of a woman is described by the woman herself. So man pays the currency that she is being shown. Then we fell in love between pages and corners of time. If we read the same book, then you and I clicked. But if we didn't understand it properly, then you and I missed the plot. We're just beings trying to find our space in heaven. But the thing is, we live in between heaven and hell every day, but we don't realize it. So we become fallen demons who never thought of hell as a place called home because they're constantly looking for a father in heaven, but they never see no God. That's why most boys, people, when they see a white man, they see a God. The reflection on the walls painted as images of what it is and what is not, and definition of what God is defined who you. How can somebody teach you who your father is?
Yes, there we go. There we go. Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful? We are spiritual creatures, but at the same time religion defines us and doesn't allow us to be human beings.
Oh man.
It is wrong to have sex before this and that. But how come the preacher's wife is pregnant? They ain't let it yet.
Yeah.
They cast away imaginary demons constantly in churches and spaces that we live in, and we sit in numbers, pay the tithes of the bishop can drive a Lance Benz. Mama didn't have food at the house last night, but I had to take this chick out. You know, I mean, like, hey, what's up? I'm a man, you gotta understand. I got a reputation to maintain. If these cats see that I'm broke, they won't look at me the same. Sometimes we fight with our souls without even realizing that we're selling ourselves and we can't buy it back.
Oh.